Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to my StoneBlock world. We finally reached automation, which is very, very cool. And last video we were working on getting, well, we got this little guy, our tool forge. But all of this is kind of a little bit useless unless we get everything to do with the Tinker's Construct Smeltery. So we're probably going to get some work done on that. I believe at the end of last video I left you with all of these furnaces running. They're still running, but right now they're running for coal, for iron and food, but we left them running with all of these seared bricks smelting away. They've all since then smelted. So that's good. We'll be able to get to work on that. We'll have to dig out a separate room for that, but in between videos while I was waiting for all of that to smelt, of course, I did also send some more stuff through the auto sieve as well as through this oak sieve, which now has a diamond little mesh. And I've been able to get just a lot of materials. We've now switched over to 2 chests because it was getting a little bit too busy for me. But yeah, we are doing good. Our coal is looking good. We have some smelted ores here as well. I did smelt a couple of them, but iron is nowadays looking quite good. So that's what you've missed. And honestly, it's kind of peaceful just getting like a stack of cobblestone, compressed cobblestone, breaking it down with my compressed hammer into gravel, and then compressing that gravel so I can run it through the sieve. It's been a lot of fun. It would be nice if we had a compressed auto sieve and a compressed auto hammer, but that feels like a problem for the future because right now we have a goal, and it's really quite a simple goal. It's the goal of having ourselves a Tinker's Construct setup. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be digging out a little room and we'll get to going. We'll have to craft all of it, but I do believe we'll have almost everything we need. Of course, we might have to like craft something like glass along the way, but in theory, with all of the seared bricks we have, we should be able to build this relatively easily. Maybe we have to build some more bricks in the future, but I think it should be fine to have a relatively big one. Because the one thing about the Tinker's Construct is you can kind of choose how big you want it to be. Now, I love this mod pack. I think it's a really, really cool mod pack, even just using it as a furnace, but especially with the add-ons of like the tool forge where you can create really cool custom tools. It's such a fun mod to work with, so I'm very excited to get to build this now. But if you've never played with Tinker's Construct before, never seen it, essentially what I'm building is a custom sized big furnace. And this furnace is gonna probably have lava as my, well, it's gonna have lava as my fuel source whether I like it or not, but it's relatively easy to get because of course we have the crucible, which is this machine over here, which just creates lava from cobblestone. So we'll be able to generate lava really easily, and that will act as the fuel to the furnace, and then I'll build it however big I want to build it, and then I'll be able to put all of my ores in there to be smelted. But because I'm custom making it and because it can be pretty big, I'll essentially be able to put like 1,000 iron in there to be smelted at once, which is very nice. And especially because we are crafting all of our own materials with this system, it's just very easy to then just, I don't even know if necessarily we'll have to turn the pieces into the clusters. Maybe we'll be able to smelt the pieces. We'll have to see, but that'll be very, very nice. And then we'll essentially be able to mass produce all of our ores. And another really cool fact, or I guess use of the Tinker's Construct is metal alloys, where we'll be able to mix 2 materials together or more. I don't know if you usually can do more. And that will then make its own custom new metal, which is very cool. So a couple episodes ago, we had to make two dusts for something to then turn into another thing. I forget what it was, but we would be able to do that without turning it into dust first, simply by putting the 2 metals in the smelter and having them combine, which is very cool when you want metals to combine. But if you forget to pay attention and you throw a bunch of metals in there to smelt at once, they can start combining, and then you are left with a metal alloy you didn't want. So sometimes it tends to catch me a little bit off guard, so we'll have to pay a little bit of attention. But in general, I think we'll be a-okay. You just make sure, you know, everything's lit up. I don't want mobs to start spawning. Oh, there goes my pickaxe. Also, I'm not hearing any Minecraft. That would explain why. Oh well. At least you guys didn't miss anything, because I missed everything too. Now, good thing I smelted myself just all of the iron. And this should get this all done. Yes, I think this is a very nice little step. I do believe getting to work on some of the chicken quests will also be really, really important. Speaking of chickens, didn't we have a chicken at some point? What happened to him? Oh, I'll probably... Is that him? Am I going crazy? Oh, he is here. Okay, well, he's fine up there, I suppose. But yeah, that'll be a quest log I'll also probably have to go into at some point, just because it is a rather good one. When did I get cobblestone? Because I was mining, of course. That is how that works. I was so shocked. I was like, how did cobblestone just get in my inventory? As if I haven't been mining cobblestone for the last 5 minutes. Don't mind me. I remember what I do. But yes, that'll be the goal, I suppose. Right now, we want to build our Tinker's Construct little setup. And then we'll be able to mass produce all of our ores we could ever want. And then it's time to face our fears and learn a new interesting mod and learn to work with the chickens. Because we already have the log chicken, and which we know can give us logs, clearly. So it'll be very interesting to see what other chickens we can get and what other materials they will give us. So that's what I will be working on in the future, hopefully. How big is this square that I'm digging right now? Have a look. I would like it to be square, preferably. 4, 6. Okay, one more then. Then will be a nice square. Okay. And then we should be able to start crafting ourselves our smeltery. Always a good first step. And I think we waited a good amount of time to start it because we were pretty much able to mass produce the grout we needed. Sometimes that can be a little bit of a slow step. So I was happy that we were able to get it done as quickly as we got it done. And now it's time to craft. Okay. Now if we look at this, we see that we need a controller, a drain. Okay, let me just do it one step at a time. Okay, we need a controller. There we go. A drain. We actually want a couple of these. I think I'll stick with 4 for now. I want 2 of these. And 2 of these. You can tell I've done this before. I know. I think 2 for now will be enough of each. We, of course, could want a lot more, but for now it'll do. What else do I need? Tanks. This is where our fuel goes in. And faucets, of course. For tanks, we'll need glass. And I do also enjoy having windows. So we're about to have to make some glass, but before we do that, let's make our 4 drains. Go. Glass, okay. A simple enough mission. We know how we get to glass. We've done this a million times before. Actually, let me grab some. Let's not make this more difficult than it has to be. Okay, we don't need this much. There we go. It's just all the gravel. Let me do it the longer way. And this is only longer because I cannot ever figure this out. If I do it slowly, maybe we'll be okay. Nope, not even slightly. It's okay. Okay, let's get ourselves a lot of sand because we always need sand. If you watch me work enough, you'll realize that when I need like 3 of something, I inevitably end up making like 20 of it, because that's just the way my mind works. So hopefully you all enjoy that. But eventually we're gonna need more sand anyway. I think that's kind of the whole thought process behind it. That doesn't make sense. Oh, because this didn't work. I see. Like, how do we end up with less than a perfect amount? But I just did it wrong again, as I always do. Oh, and there it goes again. Okay. We were so close to having this work out. Actually, let me save one of these. This hole in my ground has been bothering me for some episodes now. And now I can actually fix it. There we go. Okay. Starvin because vein mining steals the hunger, because there has to be some repercussions for doing all that. We just start smelting stuff. Okay. Now, as I was doing, this can get its stack. This can go back in here. Did I have glass somewhere? I did. I didn't even have to do all that. Useless side quests and all that. We want tanks. I think 6 is nice. That's what I think. And some of these. 6 again, I do believe. And then we make ourselves all of these. Will a stack be enough? Well, I guess we'll have to find out. Okay. Ooh, actually... we got a item magnet. By the way, we have done this. Let me see if I can break this tool forge and get it now. Okay, there we go. We went about that backwards, I suppose. This looks fun. Also looks very complicated. Let me grab my next reward. Fully upgrades a block to a given tier. Okay, that's... a lot of this will probably make sense eventually to us if I bother enough to learn. We've now pretty much done all of this, which is very exciting. Uses lava, so this one does use lava. There's some different recipes in later versions, but this shall do. Forgot we have to actually do the whole floor as well. That's gonna cost us some ingredients for sure. We might have to make ourselves some more grout, which is good that now actually we have a lot of the sand. Thank you. I think that'll be enough glass. We should be able to make ourselves some more grout if we need it. There's always use for all the materials. But now we're able to start building our custom little Tinker's Construct Smeltery. So we start out by creating, essentially, we're making like a box without the top. If you can envision that. So this is the floor. This block needs to not be here. Oh, we're definitely gonna need more at this rate. And also I didn't do my math correctly, even slightly. This whole room needs to go out by 1. And that's fine. Will I need these side exits at any point? Not now, actually. So maybe, just maybe, I don't actually need to bother with this right now. Just enough so I can move around to here. And I can dig it out later if I need to. I think that's what we'll have to do. Okay, these are still in my offhand. Good to know. Okay. And now that we have the base drawn, or not drawn, but put down, we start building some walls. Yeah, we're gonna need some more. And that is so very fine. But what we're also gonna need to do is place all of this fun stuff we just made. So the controller, as it so clearly puts here, is the brain of the smeltery. This is what we are going to need to access most often. So honestly, that can go like right here. And this needs to be blocked. It's fine. Okay, then we're going to need our seared tanks. These are our... our fuel. That's not where I wanted it. And we'll put some lava in here. Okay. And then I do want, preferably, these guys up here. And thinking I would like stuff to be even, but I didn't build it in mind, clearly. Do I really need these extra sear tanks? Maybe not for now. And I guess I don't actually need the windows, I just like having windows. These windows are also kind of ugly. I don't know about all this. Do we need these corner pieces? Oh, I didn't even place corner pieces. Okay, what can I do? Okay, we need a couple more bricks. Preferably we want to build this up a couple levels anyway, so we're gonna need a lot more bricks. I don't know if I want to have windows here at all. I sometimes forget which windows I like the look of and which I don't, and these ones are not so fun. But eventually these guys will go here. Actually, we could turn these into 6, which will be nice. And they will go into either the basin or the table. And then all will be well. We make ourselves some grout. And we start the smelting process. Did I need to make all this grout? Not even slightly, but it's been made. There we go. I think we put these away for now. We put all of this glass away. And we wait for stuff to start smelting. Okay, we'll work on making this up another layer in the next one. Except these guys are here now. You know what? I'll just wait a second for everything to smelt, and then I'll get back to you right as we can finish this machine. So I'll see you in but a second. Alrighty, by my calculations, we should now have all the blocks we needed. I've done a little bit of remodeling. I moved the windows to over here. I finished mining out the room. But I think we should now have just enough blocks to get this all done. Let me see where I can get up. I didn't account for all that, actually. I just want to do one more layer for now, and we can always make this more in the future, but for now, this is a plenty of big space. I did not want to fall, and that's the one thing I didn't want to do, actually. But I guess now that I'm in... Alright, let's go back around. And I think once we finish this entire loop, we should be able to check just how many blocks or ingots we can cook up at once. And that also, by the way, will show us if this is all in functional order, because if it isn't, then it just will not show anything. And there we go, more than enough. And the fire is on, which now means it works. We have space for 800 ingots. And by the time the rest of this smelts, we'll probably have space for one more circle around. I have accounted for one more block up here as well. And then we'll be able to fill this up with fuel next time and see exactly what we've got going on. But you know what? We did it. We built a whole smeltery. Granted, you know what? There were some hiccups along the way. I thought I had more than enough grout, but turns out you always need more grout than you need, which is why I think this is definitely one of those mods that almost feels like you can't really start it too early game, but I think we started it at the perfect time. So I guess we'll get to explore this mod more next time and actually use it. But for now, I think we have our mission accomplished. If you have any tips or tricks for this mod, anything you want to see me try with this mod, the tools and armors associated with it, or just any other mod in here in general, definitely feel free to let me know. I do always appreciate hearing from you, and if you did enjoy the video, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I do appreciate all of your support. Hopefully you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. And hopefully I'll see you again very, very soon in this world or the next. Alright, bye-bye.